Hey, Tyrion. Hey, Zeb. Alright, let's go ahead, once this counter goes, and get this ball rolling, shall we? Hello, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody. So today, we should be finishing off Professor Layton and the Curious Village, the first game in the Professor Layton series, which in my weird tendency to play games on a whim, and just weirdly enough, things get announced for that franchise/game. Apparently a new not apparently, it did happen, I saw it with my eyeballs. A new Professor Layton game just got announced. Like an actual Professor Layton game, not like his children or anything else. An actual ass Professor Layton game. Yes. So, my streak of playing games on a whim and then new versions of said game happen continues. So, yeah. I felt like I needed to mention that because I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, yes, I mean, I'm going to be playing Puzzle Agent 2 and Thief 2 tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week, so maybe things will happen with them. But I somehow have a feeling we're not getting another Puzzle Agent. But anyway, I don't really have any much else to say, because the game actually will recap what we're doing. So let's just go ahead and go straight in. Also, let's see. How loud is this going to be? Okay, that should be a good volume. It's just I need to turn down my monitor. There we go. Alright, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Continue. Okay, so our story so far. In the course of their afternoon-long investigation through St. Mystere, Luke and Layton stumble upon a rumor about some mysterious kidnappings. The professor has a hunch that Ramon's disappearance and these kidnappings must be connected. In a quest for further details, the intrepid pair continue their search of St. Mystere into the night. So yes, we are investigating the death of Sir Reinhold, and things are happening in the village that he lives, or the city that, I don't know, the village that he lives in. Some things to point out. So, last time we were at a standstill, because we needed to solve 30 puzzles in order to continue. As you can tell from... Oh, wrong button. As you can tell from here, I have gone ahead and solved all the puzzles that I can at this point. I showed off a little bit at the end of the Tombs and Treasures stream, but also I went ahead and just did some off-screen. I did also look up to see how much I needed to beat, or how many puzzles I need to solve in order to beat the game, because the final progress gate, and it's actually 75. So with the rate that we did last time, we should be able to beat it today. And I don't think there's a building difficulty curve in terms of puzzle difficulty. I think they're just puzzles. So that should be easy enough to do. Also, one other thing I did as I solved puzzles, I might actually have a majority of what's needed to finish this. Okay, I need like 2 more pieces, and we can finish the gizmo. So, let's go. Yeah, I think there was like a weird thing in the head, but yeah. So, now that we have enough to get past this gate, let's get past the gate. And now look who the cat dragged in. So let's see how many puzzles you've solved while you were out. Well, I see you solved 30 puzzles. Alright then, here's an earful for you. I know a fellow who swears up and down that he saw a strange old geezer skidding around town. The fellow I know is Prosciutto. He's a wee one, but he's got an appetite of a wolverine. Do you know where we might find this prosciutto? Can't say for sure, but at this hour, well, he's probably at home snacking on something. His house is on the road that winds up north from here. Why don't you go pay that walking icebox a visit? Also, did you have a puzzle? Oh, fancy meeting you here. I've got a doozy of a puzzle right now. It's harder to crack than a coconut. And who knows, it might even have something to do with the case you're investigating right now. So what do you say? Help a fellow detective out, will you, brother? That's all very interesting, but I do believe there's been a mistake here. I'm no detective, you see. Say no more, undercover and all that, yes? Very well, but I know a fellow's sleuth when I see one. Us being in the same trade and all, I suppose it wouldn't hurt if I did let you have a look at this puzzle. Let's see, the Town Brothers. Well, it's 10 Pikarots, how hard can this be? Oh, okay, so this one I remember. Like, this is one of the puzzles that I remember from this one. Okay, so a certain town has only 2 barbers in it. There aren't any other towns nearby, so everyone who lives there must get their hair cut by one of these 2 stylists. Looking at these 2 fine gentlemen, which one would you go for a haircut? Well, you see, this guy has really fancy hair, so he must be good at stylist. But the question is, he didn't do this himself. And if there's 2 stylists in town, look at this. Go to that one.
Well, here's my guess.
Yeah, that is the kind of thing where my current, the way that I currently do things is kind of a little bit of constraint. But going forward, that actually might be different. That's right, everyone in the village gets their hair cut by one of these 2 barbers. That includes the 2 barbers themselves. Because people don't usually cut their own hair. The stylist who butchered the butchered haircut is probably the more skilled of the 2. Oh, you've done it! You solved this monster riddle. Simply astounding, even I couldn't do it. There's 2 choices! I wasn't that difficult. But I'm more certain. Have you heard word from Ramon lately? What's that you say, good sir? You want to solve more puzzles? Alright then, here's a gem of a tip. Go visit Granny Riddleton's shack, that's all I'll say. My detective's instinct tells me that another case is developing as we speak. I must take my leave now. Perhaps I'll see you again tomorrow. I think it's the fact that you can cut your own hair, but the odds of you being able to do it's kind of a hard trick. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, you must be prosciutto. Hey, what do you want? Start jawing so I can get back to dinner. I heard from a fellow at the cafe that you were witness a strange old man prowling around town. Could I ask you a more detailed account of what you saw? Okay, shut down, Mom. I think it was something about 4 days ago. I was on my way home from the market when I saw this creepy old guy sneaking around. So it's a closer look, right? I wanted to make sure he didn't clean out the butcher before I got there. Up close, it was some spooky old guy. A huge sack. Chop, Mom. I yelled at him, but the geezer just bolted and was like, man, I got Gramps Bust to move. Or look at Gramps Bust to move. I think that weirdo is the one who's been kidnapping people. If you gotta be out at night, watch yourself, you hear? Interesting. Yawn. Oh gosh, sorry, Professor. It's not that the investigation is boring me or anything. I'm just a little bit sleepy. It's gotten late. Let's report our findings to everyone at the mansion and wrap things up for the day. Oh! Professor, look over there! Oh my gosh! Is that Ramon?
Oh, look! Sir, hold it there!
Right behind you.
My word.
Well, look, it's the hell place. Oh no, we've lost him. Luke, you saw that too, didn't you? No doubt about it, that was Ramon. Does that mean that the kidnapper killed Ramon too? Hi! Steady there, Luke. I think we'll do well to return to the site of Ramon's abduction. The kidnapper may have left a clue behind, you see? Right. Lead on, Professor. Mysterious rumbling was added to your list of mysteries. We need to go sweep the site of Ramon's abduction for clues. You're absolutely right, Professor. Professor, look at this. It's a cog. It appears to be identical to the item recovered from the crime scene at the Reinhold Manor. Do you think it might help us find who is responsible for both crimes? Perhaps. At any rate, our first priority is to report the findings to Lady Dahlia. Come, Luke, back to the manor. After witnessing Ramon's abduction, the professor and Luke returned to the manor to report their findings. We have urgent news. Ramon has been abducted. What? Who? How? I must inform Madame at once. Madame, something terrible has happened. So are you saying that Ramon was involved in some kind of foul play? No, we can't be sure of that yet. However, time is of the essence. We must organize a search to locate him post-haste. Mr. Layton, what's the meaning of all this? Why do you insist on whipping the town up into a frenzy? Ramon has changed recently, Inspector. We saw Ramon being abducted in town. I'm afraid you have a serial murder on your case on your hands. We must rally the people of St. Mystere and organize a search. Mr. Layton, last time I checked, this was my case, not yours. It's too late to start looking tonight. We'll organize a search first thing in the morning. Got no time to debate whether or not to wake a few sleepy villagers. While we sit here bickering, poor Ramon may already be... Everyone, your attention please! Honestly, Matthew, can't you see we're kind of busy? What is it? I'm serious, but it's Ramon. He's returned. Returned, but... Yes, after the professor honored us with a visit, I went to the market to do the shopping. Why do you ask? Just what's going on here? There you have it, Layton. Now will you finally leave the detective work to the detective? But we saw it. We saw it happen right before our own eyes. Ramon, don't you remember any of this? That's enough, Luke. But, no, he was... I must apologize, Inspector Chelmy. It was dark out. It seems I was mistaken in what I saw. Now, if you excuse us, it's been a very long day, and I do believe we could use a little rest. I certainly agree. The last thing I need is some drowsy scholar creating a panic in the village. Well, good night to you all, then. No matter how I try, I just can't seem to find that special someone. Tell me, Professor, what does an eligible bachelor like myself have to do to find a girl? I had an epiphany the other day. I think the reason I'm alone is because I can't solve this puzzle. Oh, how I've tried to solve it, but no matter how many nights I spend pondering it, the answer eludes me. Please help me, Professor. I don't want to spend the rest of my life talking to stuffed animals. Alright. That's number 12? Okay. Make a rectangle. Oh, I think I remember this one. Let's see. If you want to cut a piece of paper shown in diagram 1 into two pieces and then reassemble to form a triangle, all you have to do is cut the paper as shown in diagram 2. However, in order to assemble the pieces as shown in diagram 2, you need to flip one of the pieces over before flipping them together. Where should you cut the paper if you want to turn the paper in diagram 1 into a rectangle without flipping either of your two pieces? Okay. See, I know... See, the part of me is thinking this. But you have to flip that, because you'd have to flip it out over into there. I'm gonna try that and see if it worked, because I think that there's some weird shenanigans on why that counts.
Luke, here's my answer.
Yeah, okay, so...
Critical thinking is the key to success.
You're allowed to rotate, but... Oh yeah, I guess you... Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, Joe, I'm positively tingling with excitement. That puzzle solved, I'm sure I'll find a bride in no time. Bye. Let's see. Inspector Chelmy and Madame have retired for the night. Ramon is likely off to the cafe. You've had a very hard day, Professor. Do try and get some rest. Good night, sir. Okay. I wonder if we really did just mistake what we saw in the street. No, I'm certain that was Ramon. When we saw him, there wasn't the slightest hint of life in him. He may have lost consciousness, but how odd that he should return as healthy as he can be an hour later. Stranger still is the fact that he seems to have no memory of what we saw happen to him. It's so peculiar. Plus, Ramon wasn't even the first. Lots of people seem to have the same experience. Any other village would be in a panic over something like this, but Saint Mystere... Well, it's peculiar, that's all. There is something very peculiar about this town. Yes, in most places, no one would stand for this, but we've seen that Saint Mystere is anything but normal. Yes, don't you worry, I'll let him know. Hello there, there's a phone call for you. It was from Inspector something or other. From Inspector Chelmy? He just kept saying that it was urgent that you need to meet him at Rhinold Manor at once. He probably wants to talk about what happened yesterday. Maybe so, but we won't know until we get there, though. Come, Luke. You. Stash it. It looks like you fellas got used to Saint Mystere. But stay sharp. Believe you me, you'll be buried in all sorts of difficult puzzles before you can start and snarfin'. By now, you sure realize that you can retry the puzzles you failed to solve. However, have you noticed that some puzzles just seem to vanish before you can get back to them? That's right, you see, that's the way it is with some things in life. They're gone, for good. Rest it easy, too. Those puzzles you got have vanished, merely moved elsewhere. You must seek out Granny Rails in the shack. It's a strange old building, so it should be easy enough to spot. Don't get sloppy just because you can retry puzzles now. There's no honor in laziness. Now you've gotten to low down on puzzles in town, let me throw a sharp puzzle to keep you sharp. Okay, the lazy guard. Okay, let's see. The local museum has an exhibit that spans 9 rooms, as shown in the diagram below. The entrance in the complex is marked by A, and the exit is marked by B. The security guard on duty is a bit of a loafer and wants to walk to each room in the exhibit, turning as few times as possible. What is the fewest number of turns you can make while still visiting every room? As an example, the diagram shows a course that turns 6 turns. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, I think it's... So I want to say there's something about... Oh, God. There's a trick to this one, if I remember correctly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'd be 6. Yep. I want to say that there's like a... Guys, either that there's a trick to it or that there is like a... kind of a thing that you can intuit that technically... Unless it's going to be do something stupid where actually he can... If he walks in the same direction while visiting, he just doesn't have to turn. I'm just going to take a stab at it.
That should do it.
Nope.
Ah, I suppose I thought wrong.
Okay.
There we go.
Nope. Okay, that was not right.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Well. Okay, let's try the...
There we go.
Well, I was thinking 0 is that he just kind of walks around just in the same direction.
I suppose I thought wrong.
See, the thing that I was thinking of is... It's not like you can do this, because that wouldn't work. Let's see. Oh shoot. Well, since we're at the point, let's try 3.
Luke, here's my answer.
Nope.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
I mean, at this point... See, maybe it's 4.
There we go.
Nope.
Ah, I suppose
All
I
right,
thought wrong.
let's try 2.
Luke, here's my answer.
Yep, it's 2.
Critical
Okay,
thinking
what
is
was
key
the
to
thing?
Success.
Ah, I was right. Okay. But, oh, it's because you're doing it not at an angle. Okay. So I was right, I just didn't visualize it right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I knew there was a trick that I was overlooking. Let's see, nobody thank me? Anyway, see you around. Let's just go to loop. It is true. So you still not like to find villain? What an odd world we live in. Well, you know what to say, truth is stranger than fiction. Speaking of fiction, I just thought of this little gem. Please give me your honest feedback on it. No, it's turns, specifically. I forgot to say what the puzzle... Oh, shit. Several rectangular sheets of transparent film are arranged on top of each other as shown. The lines represent areas where one sheet overlaps the other. At the thickest point of the piles, how many sheets are overlapping? Okay. Okay, so I want to say this... I want to say this little bit area, because it has this one, this one, this one. Okay. It's that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 thick. So, what's this one? This one has 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say it's 5. Something tells me that this one. 1, 2, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 4. No, that's only 4. I think it's this little bit right here, and I think it's 5.
There we go.
Ah, that's right.
Every puzzle has an answer.
By the way, one thing about it, and also just to show that yes. One thing I did also notice about the input method is that inputting Fs is very hard. Beautiful work. But I think the puzzles I write into my next novel will be harder than that one. If you have time, stop by later. I'm sure that I have an utterly fascinating puzzle prepared for you then. Ah, there we go. Let's see. Gizmo. Okay, you needed... Yeah, because there's a head plate right there. Okay, so I just need the leg. Hey, Professor. Looking as busy as usual, Eddie. And I got this puzzle I can't figure out on my own here. Can you lend me your thinking cap? Cut which one? Oh, this one. I hate these. Oh, let's see. Below are 6 linked rings. They may look like a tangled mess, but there is one ring that, if cut away, will leave the remaining 5 rings connected end to end in a long chain. Which one must you cut in order to make the chain? Okay, so A connects, or F connects to E. Let's see. A, oh. Oh, you don't give me writing on this one. Okay. F connects to E. C, A. A connects to... is hooked to A, or B and D. For B, like this loop here, it looks like it's connected. Like it looks like this chain would this would be a like a point. So it's either B or D, or possibly even A. B is connected to. So C is connected to or B is connected to C through this over here. But is not connected to E. And is connected to A. E is connected to... I want to say it's... I think the chain is BCFED. Where it's... Oh, wait, that... Let's take a stab at it.
There we go.
Nope.
Ah, I suppose I thought wrong.
Yeah, don't ask me to do depth perception.
Luke, here's my answer.
Nope.
Ah, I suppose I thought wrong. There we go.
Ah, see, I was right in my initial thing.
Another puzzle solved.
Yeah, or... Yeah. Okay. Ah, so that's how you do it, eh? I can finally rest at night. This thing's been bugging me for days. Let me tell you something neat, and by neat, I mean really terrifying. The thing is that... The thing that I've seen that old man with the big sack coming into the tower up north, I bet you dollars to donuts that he's the one that's behind all these disappearances. I wonder what he does up there. Wait, no, I don't even want to think about it. It's just too scary. Let's see, pile of books went to Luke. Okay, meet Shelmy at the manor. Okay, let's go. Hey there, Professor. I bet you're here to solve my puzzle. I'm right, aren't I? Yeah, of course I'm right. Longest path. Two boys are playing a game in which the goal is to take the longest route possible from point A to point B. I've shown the map below. The moral is that no section of the road can be traversed more than once. What course can they take in order to cover the longest distance possible between point A and point B? Okay. Oh, you gotta draw it. Oh, you have to draw it all in one go. Okay. Alright. Oh, you just do it like that. Okay. Let's try that.
Luke, here's my answer.
Nope.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Let's see. Alright. As a general rule, you should try and cover as many of the roads as possible. In the example above, it appears the little boy locked green path covered quite a bit of distance. However, as shown by the dotted lines, the roads the boy passed up on his way add up quite a distance. Okay, let's hold off that one. Whose was it? You can't solve my puzzle? I'm let down, prof. Let down bad, I tell you. Let's go. Huh? Look, there's a hole in that boat there. Oh, Professor, that reminds me. Have you heard this one about the sinking ship? Okay. Oh, this one. SOS, 15 people are trapped aboard a boat that is going to sink in exactly 20 minutes. Their only chance for survival is a 5-person life raft stowed on their vessel. To make matters worse, the waters around the ship are teeming with man-eating sharks, so swimming to safety is out of the question. A round trip to the nearest island and back, boat takes 9 minutes on the raft. How many people will see dry land? Okay, 15 beam. Well, 15 people. Okay, the only chance for 5 people making answer is the waters around the ship are teeming with many sharks. A round trip takes 9 minutes. So the thing is that 5, it's 15, so you get 5 on there, you go that, and back, the round trip. That's 9 minutes. You get the next 5 on the boat. That, back 9 minutes, so you're at 18 minutes. 2 minutes left. The 5 remaining are on the boat when the boat sinks, so technically all 15 can get on.
Luke, here's my answer.
Or, what?
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
By now you've heard that one person must stay on the raft in order to pilot it back to... Oh! That's a good point. Okay. Okay, so the 5-person raft. So effectively you have 3, so you have... Okay, so... So at the end of, let's see, at 9 minutes and 18, 4 people are left, so you have 11? 11 are there, and then you take 4 from that, 7. And then you have the 5 at the 20, so you subtract that by 5, so you have 2. So 13.
There we go. Another puzzle solved.
There we go. Nicely done. A moment of silence for the 2 that didn't make it, please. That's the image there. Gotcha. Oh, great answer, Professor. It took me 5 times as long to get that one. Alright. Let's see. Well, visiting Claudia out and about. And that reminds me of a puzzle. Give it a try, my boy. Weighing cats. Okay. There are 3 different colors of plush cats before you. The color of a cat denotes its weight. Examples 1 and 2 show their relative weights. You have 3 red cats and 4 black cats located on one side of the scale, and on the other side of the scale you have 4 white cats and 1 black. Given this setup, what would the tails, or how would the scale tip? Let's see. Can I write? I cannot write. Okay. So this is systematic equations. Okay, let me break out my notepad. Oh, actually, that reminds me, I didn't also put this message back here, but let's see. I know doing this algebraically probably is not the best idea, but so 4x equals 5y and 2y plus 1x equals 3z. So if we turn this x equals 3 equals 3z minus 2y. I don't think that's going to help. Unless I take substitution here, which is 3z minus 2y. Z minus 8y, which plus 8y C equals 13y. So y is the most. Let's see, 12z. So z is the biggest weight. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay. So x is heavier than y, and z is heavier than y. So y is the lightest. And z is pretty close, so x is heavier. So it's going to tilt left.
I think I've got it. Layton's apprentice saves the
Excuse the
day.
skips. Actually, if you replace the red and white cats with the black ones, the puzzle becomes much simpler. Once you make the replacement, you have 6 black cats on the right and 6 black cats plus a white one on the left. That's the scale months to the left. Once you realize how you need to look at things, it's not a terribly difficult problem now, is it? Actually, I wonder if I'm pretty close to finishing the painting scrap. Well, let's get into the next chapter. Are you trying to poison me? What are these vile things? You oaf, some butler you are. I'm sorry, sir. I detest sweets. The very sight of them turns my stomach. Get that plate out of here at once. Oh yes, but of course. Ah, Layton, there you are. You requested our presence, Inspector Shelmy. My sources tell me that you've been out snooping about and interfering in my case. What are you up to? It certainly wasn't my intention to interfere with your case. However, few things don't make sense. Leave the investigation to the police. Go chase after Golden Apple, whatever it is. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. I'll find Simon's killer. Of that, you can be sure. Now, unless you have something else to say, I've got work to do here. Understood. Good day, sir. The inspector has some nerve dismissing us like that. Like I said before, I don't like him one bit. What do you say we go ask Ramon about yesterday, Luke? Good day, Ramon. How are you feeling today? Fit as a fiddle now, Professor. Perhaps even as vivacious as a violin. Oh ho ho! That awful fatigue from last week seems to have like it never happened. As you can see, I'm bursting with energy. My skin is soft as a baby's. I feel like a teenager again. Is it so? That's good to hear. He doesn't seem to remember what happened yesterday, does he? He has no idea what happened. So what's our next move? We shall respect the Inspector Witches and leave the murder case alone, Luke. It's as Inspector Chelmy said, solving crime is the police's job. Besides, something tells me that this case and the Golden Apple are related more than we expect. That's an intuition of yours talking, isn't it, Professor? First and foremost, we need to find a clue that will bring us closer to the Golden Apple. Perhaps Warren, Bear, and Reinhold's relations or close friends can help point us in the right direction. Of course, there's also someone else. Let's see if the family butler has anything to say on the subject. Alright, it's finally time to start the search for the Golden Apple. Explore St. Mystere for clues. Alright. Okay, so, before we do that, I'm going to clear this out, and I will be right back. Alright. Back to what we're doing. Back so soon, Professor? Matthew, I was wondering if you knew anything about that could point us in the direction of the Golden Apple. Anything you know would be a great help. For example, did the Baron say anything before he passed away? I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Professor, but the Master never said anything of the sort to me. I'd very much like to help you in your search, but my duties are here to prevent me from leaving the grounds. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance. Beg your pardon, sir. Ingrid? It's been years since she left, but Ingrid used to work as a servant to the mansion. She was Flora's nurse, and she often would help me with my work. Matthew! Yes, madam, I'll be right there. Please excuse me, sir, the lady calls. If you're curious about Ingrid, why don't pay her a visit and talk to her yourself? Let's see, at this time of day, I'd imagine she's out walking around the general store. Please do me a favor and tell her that Matthew sends his regards. Certainly, I'll be certain to pass your message. Thank you for all your help, Matthew. Isn't Ingrid that sweet old lady we passed by before? Indeed, we saw her in that picture of young Flora. Seen here. Come, Luke, let's find the old girl. Off we go, then. The general store is just outside the mansion, right? We'll be there in no time. Ah, there you are. Oh, goodness me, if that isn't Mr. Layton, was it? The name's Layton, madam. That's right, Mr. Layton. What can I do for you, sir? Earlier we were talking with the butler at Reinhold Manor, and he mentioned that you used to work here. We'd very much like to hear anything you might know about the Baron. Heavens me, you want to hear about the Baron? I've read the only stories I have are when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago. That would be ideal, madam. Would you mind telling us one? Alright, well, I suppose I could tell you a bit about the Baron and his former wife. The way Master Reinhold and his wife would carry on, they almost seemed like they'd be like children. You ever seen a man so in love with as Master Reinhold was? When she passed away, Flora was all the Baron had to remember her by. So she raised that little girl with all the love a child could want. The things he'd bring home for her, toys from all over the world, and teddy bears as big as yourself. He was in high spirits in those days. He really wanted to give her 2 parents' worth of affection. So where has Flora gone? Your guess is as good as mine, sir. I have no clue where that girl went. She left the mansion well after I stopped working with the Reinholds. Some say Lady Dahlia put Flora on the street to keep the family riches to herself, but that's nonsense. After all, the Baron cared about Flora so much, I couldn't imagine he'd allow something like that. You know, you just reminded me. The grave of the Baron's late wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now. The Baron's former wife is buried in the garden. Thank you, madam. You've been extremely helpful. Luke, let's head back to the manor. I have a hunch that the grave might hold the clue we're looking for. Oh, so there's a shiny thing on the ground. What's that on the ground? It looks like a scrap of notepaper. What's it say, Luke? Well, let's see here. It's just terrible. Lady Violet has an awful case of the flu and it hasn't left her bed for days. I'm no doctor, but I can't think of any way to help her. Oh, what to do? Lady Violet. Oh, this journal must be talking about Baron Reinhold's first wife. My heart is heavy as I write these words. The loss of his wife has completely crushed the boss. If only there was something I could do to help. He walks around looking like he's the wind's knocked out of him. And that's the end. Gosh, whoever wrote this must have cared an awful lot for the Baron and his family. Let's go to the manor. Hey, there is Matthew. Oh look, it's Matthew. Good day, Professor. Were you able to track down Ingrid? Yes, we did. In fact, we were just speaking with her. I mean no disrespect, but she said the grave of the Baron's late wife lies on this ground. Do you have any knowledge of this? Lady Violet's grave, sir? I was just about to visit it myself. Would you mind if I came along and take a look? Not in the slightest. Right this way. Here's the entrance, sirs. Please watch your step on the way in. This is Lady Violet's grave. Gosh, this place is really nice. It's not creepy at all. The late Baron, rest his soul, told me to keep this place in proper order, and I've tried to do so. Here sleeps Violet, my one true love. The statue looks so much like Lady Dahlia, it's hard to believe it's someone else. Back when Flora was just a tiny little thing, Lady Violet used to take her to the park in town. Some of the flowers in the garden grew from the ones that Flora planted here for her mother. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Baron's journal. It should still be on the desk in Madame's room. It's possible it might contain some information that could aid you in the search for the Golden Apple. My thanks, Matthew. I'll be sure to give it a once-over later. Now then, Luke, we'd best head back to the Reinhold Manor. This must be the journal that Matthew spoke of. I have to admit, he seems to know everything where the manor is. There's something about reading someone else's journal that just doesn't seem proper to me. However, the investigation must continue, so... The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of my sweet Violet when she was alive. What do you suppose it refers to? Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently, she spends much more time playing by dear Violet's grave than anywhere else. I'm sad to say I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed its memory. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I couldn't bear to see it be like that anymore. Violet, there can never be another you. You were my first, my last, my only. Changed its memory? I'm not sure what the Baron means, but this is clearly vital information here. I collapsed some days ago and have been bedridden ever since. I feel as if I failed Flora as a father. I can only hope that when I'm gone, the people of the village look after Flora and care for her as I did. You must have been terribly ill. It seems I am not long for this world, and the time has come for me to say goodbye to my little Flora. I left everything in Bruno's care now. Flora, I pray you find happiness in this life. I've disclosed the location of the secret place in a note that I've left with an old friend. It is my fervent hope that the seeker of the Golden Apple finds it and grants my dearest wish. Professor! Baron Reinhold's old friend. We must seek out this person, Luke. But, Professor, how can we possibly find that person with nothing but the journal to go on? Ah, it's like I always say, Luke. Any good investigation starts on the street. We'll just have to ask everyone in town about the matter. What? I mean, of course, you're absolutely right, Professor. Let's get to it. Of course, any good investigation also needs direction. Let's start by asking Ingrid a few questions. She seems to know a great deal about Baron Reinhold. Oh. You're right there. Oh, look who it is. Professor Lady, was it? The name's Layton, madam. Oh, that's right. Professor Layton. All that talking about the mansion last time got me reminiscing, so I guess I stopped by for a visit. But enough about me. By the look on your face, it seems you have something you want to ask me. As a matter of fact, I do. Do you happen to know who Baron Reinhold considered his close friends? His friends, you say? Well, he wasn't exactly what you'd call a social butterfly. I'm sorry, that's all I really know of his friends. Oh, wait a moment. I do believe that Zappone fellow paid a visit to the mansion a few times. Professor, could you be referring to that man we met? Ah yes, the gentleman with the fancy little mustache. We should ask him if he knows anything. I would wager he's still hanging on the fork of the road just beyond the clock tower. Close friends of the Baron. It's true, I had the pleasure of meeting Baron Reinhold a few times. This is a pony. You wouldn't happen to be good friends with the Baron, would you? Me? Ah, no, I was nothing of the sort. Can you think of anyone at all who is close to Baron Reinhold? No, I didn't really know him. Well, there was that one possibility. Wait, no, never mind, I'm not sure. I guess Bone can't really tell us much of anything. It's afraid he has no help at all. I suppose that means we're back to where we started. But at least we can be sure that the close friend we're after is a resident of St. Mystere. Mustn't give up, Luke. Let's continue to ask around. Let's go in the cafe. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, here, can't coin. Okay, no. Okay. Oh, customer, welcome, welcome. That's a great deal on sausage today, and my skirt steak will make any plate a fashion plate. Har har. Sorry to disappoint you, sir, but we didn't hear come here to shop. Oh, here now, I was thinking I was gonna reel in a big sale. You got a hungry look about you, you know? Well, if I can't interest you with any of my fine meat products, can I at least tempt you with a puzzle? Let's see. Sausage thief. Somebody ate the butcher's sausages. Here's what the four boys had to say. A, B ate the sausages, B, D ate them all up. C, I didn't eat any of them, or eat them, no way. D, B is totally lying. Only one of these rascals is telling the truth, and all the others are, needless to say, lying. Can you figure out who ate the sausages? Let's see. Yep. Let's see. A. So if A is telling the truth... So let's see. Then, let's see, if D ate them up, then B is the culprit. And B would be wrong. C would also be wrong, but that would mean that he ate them, so it can't be A. B ate them all up. But again, if C was lying, or telling the truth... The answer is about who's lying, it's not about who actually ate the sausages. Oh, it is about who ate the sausages. That would work, so B is the one who ate the sausages.
How does this sound?
Nope. Okay, what
I was
little
sure I
tiny
had
thing did I miss? Or alternatively, D. D's telling the truth, B's totally lying. But telling the truth, but all these are lying. Which is wrong. Because C is actually the one who ate the sausages.
I think I've got it. Layton's apprentice saves the day.
C ate the sausages, and the only person telling the truth here is D. If you assume A to be the culprit, both C and D's statements must be correct. Choose B, and the other three boys' statements must be true. If you make D out to be the criminal, then what B and C are saying must be true. None of these possibilities fit the conditions set forth in the puzzle. You've been pretty good at this. As bonus for solving my riddle, I'll throw in some gossip I heard. Word is that somebody lives in the dark, grimy tower. You have to be one odd duck to want to live in that moldy wreck of a place. Let's see. Ooh. That's this. Professor, there's something on the ground here. You're right, it appears to be a scrap of paper. Will you check to see if anything's written on it? Sure thing. Let's see here. The boss complimented my latest model today. He's a good guy and he's given me a new sense of purpose. I'm sure this is my true calling. I want to perfect my skills so I can repay the man for his generosity. Sounds a great deal like a journal entry, doesn't it? Judging by how the writer uses the term the boss, I imagine he's under the employ of the Baron. I've constructed models to fit every situation, just like the boss asked me to. I've got to smile when I see how interested he is in them. That's the end of the entry. Do you suppose the man made some sort of models for a living? Not being a member of High Society myself, I never was much at a conversation with Baron Einhold. Yes, I mean, as much as I like to keep chatting, I'm awfully tired. I think I need to go lie down. Are you feeling unwell, sir? I'm just plumb exhausted lately. It's this awful noise coming from the tower, you see. It's gotten so loud I can't sleep a wink at night. Do you know what's causing the noise? It's just a rumor, but I hear that every time that sound rips through St. Mysterious, someone disappears. They say the ones who go missing are the ones who have been talking about feeling tired. But those who disappear are back before you know it, so it's probably a load of poppycock. Wherever the noise sounds, someone disappears. Interesting. You think the peculiar sound has anything to do with that strange man who abducted Ramon? It's certainly a possibility, isn't it? But why would he release his victims as they're going through the trouble of kidnapping them? Yo, Professor, did you find what you were looking after? Never mind that, though. I got something more important to talk about. Namely, chocolate. Help me solve this puzzle, and I can tell you something It's something I bet you'll find very interesting. Nice. Chocolate puzzle. Let's see. You have the hankering for chocolate, so you buy a huge sheet of 30 chocolate squares. The sheet is 5 squares long by 6 squares wide, and you can only break the chocolate at the lines that run between the squares, and you aren't allowed to stack multiple segments on top of each other. By keeping those rules in mind, what's the fewest number of times you need to break the chocolate in order to separate each of the 30 squares? Okay, I can't draw lines. Oh, I think this one is like... Five... 2, 3, 4... So 5 plus... 24, so that'd be... that can't be right. How many hint coins do we have? Let's start thinking about the way they need to break the chocolate. The truth of the matter is, it's no matter how you break the chocolate, the answer will always be the same. Split a sheet of chocolate and you get 2 segments where there was only one before. And if you break one of your 2 segments, you get a total of 3 segments. Your third break, regardless of what segment, will yield a total of 4 segments. Is it 29?
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Another puzzle.
Overthinking it. Yeah, I think if you could stack it, you could do something a little bit different. Now it makes sense. Now the info process. If you want to experience the best dining in St. Mystery, you gotta go to Crouton's restaurant. Everything he makes is yummy. Don't get me started on the stews, you gotta try it yourself. World Let's give Luke that. I'm curious, where are we with the rooms? Yeah, I don't know why it's telling me this again, because we already did this. Okay. 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 Yeah, the answer is no, I am not very far in that at all. Okay. Let's see, you have anything to say? Let's see. Good afternoon, mister. Yeah, I'll tell you a secret if you solve this puzzle for me. It's about a girl who wants to have her birthday. Birthday girl. It's 60. When asked about her birthday, a young woman is given the following information. The day after tomorrow I turned 22, but I was still 19 New Year's Day last year. What's her birthday? Okay, the day after tomorrow I turned 22, but I was still 19 New Year's Day last year. First thing to determine this exchange. It'll be a new year by the day after tomorrow. Just gonna take a stab at it.
Luke, here's my answer.
Oh, okay.
Another puzzle solved.
That's right, your birthday is on January 2nd, and your conversation must have taken place on December 31st. There we go. Oh, you're smart. Oh, come close and I can tell you my secret. Heard that all the people who get kidnapped feel a little sick right before they get taken. I bet the monster that lives up in the tower feeds its victims super gross food before it pounces. Oh, like it's like hamburger ice cream with butterscotch and mayonnaise swirl. Ew. Or maybe it's picks the weakest batch of the snatch. I don't get why he needs all those people. Okay. Let's go to the restaurant. Putin. Good day, fellows. Did you ever track down Ramon? Indeed we did. Thank you for your assistance in the matter. Good to hear. Well, since you're here already, why don't you take a load off and rest a bit? What's this? Oh my, where'd I put the measuring cup? Is something the matter? I have 16 quarts of water that I need to divide in equal portions of 8 apiece. The problem is my measuring cup seems to have grown feet. Can you think of a way I can use these 7 and 9 quart pitchers to divide things up? Water pitchers. Hey, it's this puzzle again. Ugh. Oh, wait.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
There we go. Oh, I did it the shortest way, too. Ah, geez, now you've done it. It'll make sense. I wish I had someone like you in the kitchen. Oh, I meant to mention this earlier. I heard a rumor that the kidnapper lives in the tower. You know, I've never seen anyone eating good in the tower. Make sure you stay clear of it. Oh, there's the flower bouquet. You. Let's see. Hey, you two. You guys like chess now? How about it? Down for? Want to sit down for a game? Oh, is this 8 queens? Too many queens. Okay. These are my favorite puzzles, actually. See if you can place 4 queens in this 4x4 chessboard. There's a catch, though. You must arrange them so that no queen blocks the other's movement. I want to say it's this, because... There.
There we go.
So I have a question. If they give you a thing that says, hey, this works, why not just give you the thing of, like, hey, you can tell where you place it? Chess game problems like this have been around for over a century. This is a relatively simple variation of the type of puzzle, considering an introduction to the genre. Very nice, you two are no amateurs. I see. Don't worry, next time I'll even have a harder puzzle for you. Okay. Well, that... you know. Let's see, you. Oh, this time I really had it. I thought it was a great puzzle, but I can't find anyone to tell it to. 76. A tile square. Okay, 10 inches by 12 inches. Let's see. You have a disposal a large number of tiles like this one shown below. If you were to take these tiles and try to make a square, what's the fewest number of tiles you'll need? I mean... Wouldn't be... Wait. Wouldn't it just be 4?
That should do it.
Nope.
Ah, I suppose I thought wrong.
Okay. Alright, now that I've gotten that out of the way. So, I'm thinking the greatest common denominator, or the lowest, oh god, was it lowest common multiple, or least common multiple between the things are 60. Which you would need 5 by 6. Which you would need 30, I think. Yep.
There we go.
Nope. Okay.
Ah, I suppose I thought wrong.
Okay, so the thing is that it's telling me the height. Which... Does it say the fewest number? Yeah, it wants a yeah, I'm thinking cube. So... if it wants this, so on 10 inch, I would need 20.
Luke, here's my answer.
Yep.
Another puzzle solved.
10 by 10 by 12. You need 20. Oh, come on! I was already telling you the answer and everything. But no, you had to go and ruin it by answering before I said it, okay? Didn't you? Didn't you? Have you ever considered the slight possibility you might be a jerk? Okay, you laughing little gremlin, what do you want? Tee-hee-hee, how are you looking at this time? Want to rest a minute and solve this puzzle? Which job? Okay. Two corporations have put out a help wanted ad. Aside from the information below, the two companies' offers are exactly the same. From a purely financial standpoint, which one should you work for? Company A will pay you $10,000 or $100,000 a year and give you $20,000 range yearly. B will pay you $5,000 every 6 months, but give you a raise every 6 months. I mean, that's okay. That, I mean, it would be Company A. Yeah, it's the thing. The Company A, except your bonus is worse. You just get it. Wait, what?
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Okay, how did you phrase it? Okay, how do you... What is the phrasing that I missed?
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
That's when I've seen the image above. You actually calculate things out. Wait, what? Oh, it's compounding. Okay. I think. I don't know. I think that might be red. Oh, you did it. I guess he'd give you some info as a reward. You know Lady Dolly, right? She's planning to keep the fortune for herself once it's found. And you've been helping her all along. Don't you feel dumb? Hee hee. Layton gets houseplant. Okay. Huh, it's still locked shut. Just when will this place open? I won't get your hopes up. This gate's covered in dust. I don't think anyone's been here for a long time. Huh, it's still locked shut. Just when will this place open? Huh. Have I talked to you yet? Nothing good can be said about that tower. I've heard it's all sorts of scary. You should stay away. Yep. Okay, which one of these is grinding? Is that grinding? No, you. Since you've come to the town hall, I strongly advise you follow the town procedure and solve this puzzle. Let's see. Odd equations. Okay. Oh my, it looks like someone has been writing nonsense on the blackboard again. It turns out, though, that under certain conditions, these strange equations are actually correct. 8 minus 6 equals 2. 8 plus 6 also equals 2. Assuming the above is to be true, what does 7 plus 6 equal? No, wait. So 7 plus 6 equals 13.
That should do it.
Hard. Okay, maybe not.
Oh, how embarrassing.
So you should probably do math like this at daily level. Okay. Okay, so it is something to do with the math. Oh. It is... it equals 1, I bet.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
So. It's time. This puzzle is using as a framework for the calculations. If 6 hours away from 8 a.m., it times 2 a.m. Move forward 6 hours to 8 a.m., and it becomes 2 p.m. afterwards. Thank you, that'll do 9 list. Now, please vacate the premises. Okay. Okay, one of those Granny Riddleton. Oh, another candle puzzle. Oh, look, another candle. That reminds me, have you heard this one before? Light which one? You only have one match left. You want to light the room with the oil lamp, start a fire to warm the room, and heat your bath water. In order to complete all the above actions, which of these should you light first? Well, should I light the match first?
I think I've got it. I did it! Yes!
That's right, the first thing you need to light is the match itself. Without a fire source, how can you possibly take care of the lamp, the bath water, or the fireplace? Wonderful work, Luke. That's indeed an answer. I don't see anything minding the shop at the moment. Perhaps we should leave for now. There's Layton's bed. Actually, can I go back down here? Can I go further back? No. You. Hey, if you really want to understand Sam's story, you need to search the village. Good luck, fellows. You'll need it. Alright. Anyway, I will be right back. Alright. Ahem, you there. Yes, you. Do you mean me, good sir? Yeah, you. This flower vase is yours, right? I've been keeping it nice and safe for you. I've never seen anyone just forget something like this while shopping. You're a vase space case. Har har. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never seen that vase before in my life. What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you? Then why'd that guy tell me to give this to you? Hmm? What does this man look like? Well, my hat has a way of obscuring certain details, but it's the worst, I tell you. But Back to the issue at hand. The mystery man wasn't a regular around here, that's for sure. Don't sweat it, though. Just give it back to the guy next time I see him. Speaking of flower vases, I have a puzzle you like. It's not hard or anything, but at least I could do... Is this going to be the Snatcher puzzle? The shattered vase. Okay, no. No, okay. Let's see, someone knocked over the five flint, fit the pieces together and restored the vase to original shape. There's a catch, though. Mixing in the piece, a single piece from a different vase. Oh.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Let's see, repairing the vase wasn't much challenge. Oh. Only fixing things in real life are this simple. You've got a good head on your shoulders. I'm impressed. By the way, you sure you don't want to take some fresh sausage home with you? Believe me, these links you don't want to be missing. Oh, thank you, we're just fine. Too bad. Not to bust your chops or anything, but that deal was a one-time offer. Maybe you've said yes, you knew if you knew what was at stake. I think we're done here, Luke. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Let's see. What kind of lout just throws trash on the ground? I'm gonna pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you'd think that Arnos who would just do a trash gun. Wait a second, you have to take a look at this article. Why'd you look at that? It appears to be Inspector Chelmy. Ahaha, look at that. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and a devoted husband. Chelmy hailed as a brilliant detective and a devoted husband. Chelmy celebrates each successful case with his favorite treat, his wife's sweet potato fritters. Wow, who saw that one coming? He's so gruff I never imagined he'd have a soft side like that. Just sort of look at that old grump grinning over that plate of sweet potato fritters. I knew he was fussing over nothing when I said he hated sweet at the Rhino Manor. That's right, Luke, he did say that. How very curious. So is it true that I'm hearing about the two of you? Are you really running about town in search of the Reinhold fortune? That's correct, sir. Currently we're in the search for close friend of Baron Reinhold. We believe he was entrusted with his friend with an important note. Gracious, that's quite a search you have in your hands. Oh, excuse me, my name is Archibald. The Baron and I were good friend. Or Gus, the Baron and I were good friends. Thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Do you think that perhaps I'm the one you're searching for? Yes, I think so. But look, after all this searching, we could just bump into you at a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or written message from the Baron? Now, I never received anything of the sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it's holds some kind of clue. The Baron's desk, you say? Excellent. Would you like to come over to my house and take a look at it? You're most gracious. If you'd be kind enough to allow us to look at it, we'd be very grateful. I'm sure Gus wouldn't mind to find puzzle lovers at yourself, looking over his desk. Actually, let me impart a few pearls of wisdom on you, got your attention. Focus on your case and all well good, but if you don't solve some puzzle, you'll be sorry later. So make an effort to find puzzle around town and just solve the ones you can. Take it from this old-timer. It's a good stop to smell the puzzles for a while. Alright, I'll give up my hive course for now. Let's head over to my house. Follow me. This is Gus's old desk. Take all the time you need to examine it. Splendid, Luke. Let's get right to it. Yep. There's nothing in here. Let's look somewhere else. It seems to be a note. It may point us in the direction of the golden apple. What do you make of this X? I'm afraid I just don't know at the moment. Sorry to tell you, but I've just received a call from you from the innkeeper, Beatrice. It appears she heard about one of her lodgers. She said, like, your thoughts on the problem. Well, let's go help her. Thank you, Archibald. Now off the inn we go, Luke. Welcome back, Professor. I've been so looking forward to your return. Thank you. Was there something you wish to discuss with me? Oh my, yes. Listen to this. One of the guests here just performed a doze and dash routine on me. Man's gone, and so are all his things. I'd like you to bring him back. I'm a businesswoman, after all. How can I run a business with scoundrels skipping out the bill like this? Would you mind if I looked around the man's room? Please do. Look all you want. Here, I'll show you in. Yuck. What an absolute pigsty. The place reeks of smoke and there's trash everywhere. Beatrice, can you describe this guest's appearance to me? Well... he had a sharp mustache, and it was pretty clear it wasn't from around here. That was obvious. Mustache reeks of smoke. Oh! Is this what you keep talking about Inspector Chelmy? Inspector Chelmy? Isn't he the self-important windbag who's been up at Reinhold Manor? No, that's not him. This man stayed here who looked much more evil. He's wearing a long trench coat, and I'm sure you know the type. Oh, where could he have run off to? Sorry to ask this, Professor, but could you be a darling and find the thief who skipped out on his bill? Be a darling and find that bill-dodging thief. Honestly, how are we ever going to make progress in our search for the golden apple? Things aren't looking good. No one knows anything about the item in question, and we have no leads. I'm beginning to wonder if this golden apple that everyone is in a flap over even exists. Now, Luke, I wouldn't say without any leads. Think, my boy, there's a place in St. Mystere that every villager has warned to stay away from. What do you mean? The tower, Luke. No matter who we ask, no one seems to know a thing about this place. Suppose for a moment that the tower has something to do with the golden apple. Then it follows that the people of St. Mystere, scared to draw near the tower, wouldn't know anything. Of course, we need to investigate that tower. The tower marks the far northern border of St. Mystere. Let's search the road north of the market to route to the tower. Oop. Let's see. Oh, what's on that on the ground? It appears to be a scrap of paper. Can you please read what's on the note written? Give it to me, Professor. The boss hasn't been himself since Lady Violet's passing, and he knows no sign of recovering. That's why I've decided to make one as a tribute to Lady Violet. I'm sure it'll put a smile on his face. I guess it makes sense. Could our mystery author be him? I've worked my fingers with a bone trying to cheer up the boss. Looking out over St. Mystere, I see a thriving, bustling village. With so many villagers to keep him company, maybe he can finally be happy again. That's the end of the page. Professor, what's the matter? You look deep in thought. I can't confirm my suspicion at the moment, but I think it's safe to say this goes deeper than we thought. Let's see, Martha. Yeah, oh my! It's not every day you see a handsome buck around these parts. You look impressive, dearie, but let's see if you got the smarts. Try this puzzle on for size. I'll be happy to solve any puzzle you have, madam, but you don't believe we met before, you are. You want to know my name, dearie? I'll tell you as soon as you solve this puzzle. Aces and the Joker. You scatter a deck of 52 cards and one Joker face down on the table so you don't know which cards where. Next, you start turning over one by one. Assuming you can't flip the same card twice, what are the percentage odds that you will turn over all 4 aces before you turn over the Joker? How does it do that? Okay. How does it want me to answer those? Okay, so... Granted, actually, if you think about it, all the other cards doesn't matter. All that matters is the order of... How many ways can you divide the order of these cards that the Joker is last, which... It doesn't really matter which one's which. Be 20.
That should do it. Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right, well, I'm assuming to take other cards into account. No card in the deck, save for the Joker and the 4 aces, plays any part in the calculating the percentage. Yeah, yes, indeed, that's right. Smarts and looks. You're quite the total package, aren't you? I'm Martha, and I just love the cards. Especially puzzles that use the cards. Oh, these are my favorites. Yeah. I don't think I've mentioned how much I enjoy the company of handsome gentlemen. Professor, we don't have somewhere to be right now. Or don't we have somewhere to be right now? Oh, that's a... I think this is a dead end. And this does appear the only road, doesn't it? Gosh, that tower looks awfully ominous, doesn't it? Seeing it up close, I understood why the villagers are so scared of the place. Let's take a closer look at this wall. There might be more to it than meets the eye. Transformers?
What?
It's a nerd.
And who might you be?
Well, I'd rather not say.
Huh? Why not? What are you hiding?
We seek access to the tower. Do you think you could help us, miss?
The tower? Huh?
Oh, wait!
What in the world is that about? Huh? Oh, hey, it's the park. Professor, what's this? A Ferris wheel ticket? Very curious indeed. Luke, that girl might have dropped this to tell us where to go next. But why would she want us to help us? Your guess is as good as mine, Luke. Still, I can't shake the feeling that she's trying to help us. Well, your intuition has never led us wrong. Let's see what we can find around the park's Ferris wheel. Yeah, that's right, Layton. Go straight to the park. You've been a thorn in my side for too long, and I think it's about time for you to disappear. For good. See, I knew that the later chapters were kind of short. Let's see. Click. There we go. Let's see, I'm surprised there's not a puzzle here, but oh well. What we had? We had 68 puzzles, or 67 puzzles? We should be good. Let's go to the park. This park has been closed every day we come by. Why do you suppose it is, Professor? I haven't the foggiest idea. Perhaps we should ask someone at the town hall. You. What's that you say? The gate to the park is locked shut? No, that's impossible. We've employed a caretaker who should have everything up and running. Be that as it may, the gate is locked shut, and we can't gain access to or entrance to the place. Will you please open it for us? That sort of thing is the job of the park caretaker. I strongly advise you go find him. Well, where do you think we might find this caretaker? That's a good question, isn't it? Managing the park is the caretaker's duty. But who knows who manages the caretaker? I can't say. It's not one of my duties. What a bureaucracy! He manages the town sewer system as well. Now, unless you have some sort of form to fill out, I strongly advise you beat it. Gosh, he's rude. The sewers, unpleasant as it might be, is the one place we haven't searched yet. Maybe we'll find a clue for our mystery down there. I've only seen one manhole in town. Oh right, the one on the path to the park. Well, it's a dirty job, but someone has to do it. Off we go. Oh. You. Excuse me, are you by chance the park caretaker? No. I'm an explorer of El Mundo. Right now I'm trying to familiarize myself with the local culture. Well, please pardon my mistake then. Have a nice day, sir. Oh, wait, what? Wait for one momento, s'il vous plaît. I just saw a man in work clothes pass by here. Could he be the caretaker, you ask? He could be. Which way did he go? Probably to the right. Pedo, maybe it's to the left. I see. Are you feeling alright? You seem to be directionally challenged for being an explorer. I just arrived here after years of world travel. Je ne sais pas the local geography here, that's all. I see. In that case, please forgive me for making another assumption. Now please excuse us, as we need to get going. Wait, which way to the villaggio? Donde está the train station? Now let's find out. Okay, you jack off. Yeah. Don't you look surprised? I bet you didn't expect to see me in a place like this. The river that encircles most of St. Mystere is right past this pipe. Don't get any ideas, you can't cross it. Give out those ridiculous motion and return to the rest of the world and settle down here. I suppose a tough transition to make. Here's a puzzle to get you situated. Which boxes to move? Okay. In preparation of your big move, you've packed your belongings in 20 boxes and arranged them as shown below. Why? With everything packed, you are now ready to label each box with contents. In order to do so, you need to move boxes around. How many boxes can't be labeled without rearranging the stacks? Okay. So... So let's see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that are visible. Which means that 7 are not, which means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they can't be... I would guess it would have to be the one in the middle here. So this one needs to be moved. This one needs to be moved. So this one can be moved, labeled there. Wouldn't it be like 3?
Luke, here's my answer.
Ha!
Another puzzle solved.
Quite right. Moving down from the top level, you have 1, 4, 6, and 9 boxes. The only box you can't access without rearranging things are the 3 indicated in the above picture. Which, that's the ones I thought. Yep. Yeah, well done. I like the way you get all fired off over a puzzle. You're my kind of guy. Turn up and get settled already. Save is ready to happy to have you. I'm gonna go away from you. Oh. Oh. Let's see. I certainly didn't foresee sewers leading to a place like this. Luke, here's my automobile. Weekend getaway. Oh god. You and your girlfriend went on a road trip over the weekend. On the way to your destination, you drove 180 miles and your girlfriend drove the rest of the way. Coming home the exact same roads, your girlfriend drove the first 150 miles, and then you got behind the wheel for the last leg of the journey. What is the difference in miles between the distance you drove and the distance your girlfriend drove? Okay. Difference in miles between the driving. I mean, wouldn't it be 30? Why is... Okay. What could potentially be the thing that is going to prevent it from being 30? But wait, actually, hold on. Okay. It's 30, but it's actually... because... of 150 miles, so I take it you just kind of stop at a similar spot. Which you would drive 30 miles there, and you would drive 30 miles here. It's 60.
I think I've got it. Professor, I've solved it.
That's right. As shown in the above chart, your girlfriend drove a total of minus 30 miles. You drove it one way plus 30 miles, therefore you drove 30 more miles. Thank you, job, Luke. Got a fossil. With Luke. Okay, let's go the other way. Who are you? Sylvain. Oh there, what can I do for you fellas for? You're the park caretaker, are you not? Would you mind opening up the gate to the park for us? Well, how could I refuse two curious lads such as yourself? Well, I'd like to open it up for you, but you gotta finish this repair job here before I do anything. Is there anything we can do to help then? Funny you mentioned that. If I could just figure out the area on this map, I'd be on the jiff. You good with any things like that? Squares and circles. Okay, Sylvain brought with you this diagram to see if you can help with them. Several circles and squares are pictured in the diagram below. How many times larger is the area of the blue square when compared to that of the red square? Now, is it the area? Is the area? I mean, wouldn't it be 4 times?
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
Yeah, that's right. When you rotate this, you rotate the little square 45 degrees, as shown in the picture above, right here, the answer becomes apparent. Time work to both of you. As soon as I'll take over this busted main, I'll open that gate for you. There, that ought to take care of the mess. Now let's open up the park, eh? There, we found a painting scrap. Let's hold on 1 second here. There we are. The park is yours to explore now. Professor, we're in. Thank you. You've been of great help, caretaker. Haha, I hardly need thanking, sir. After all, it's my job. Way back when, I used to keep it open every day, but these villagers, they don't care a whit for me park. I'm glad you fellas stopped by. It's the first time in a while I've had to do me job. This park is really kind of sad, isn't it? All rusty and abandoned. It's just as Sylvain said, it seems no one set foot in this park for a dreadfully long time. Now on to business. Let's give the grounds around the Ferris wheel a once-over. As success, we'll find something of interest there. Oh my. What is it, Professor? Look at this poster. The picture appears to be the same as the one the ticket we picked up. It looks like it was posted here for ages. It's so faded you can't even read the letters. Oh! Hey, isn't that... Yes, I thought so. That's a little Flora there in the middle of the picture, isn't it? She looks exactly as she does in the portrait we saw of her in Reinhold Manor. It would seem that Baron Reinhold built this amusement park for the sole enjoyment of his daughter. Strange, I wonder why it wasn't popular with the village folk once it appeared open to the public. Well, I don't suppose speculation will help us very much. Let's get moving. But you are, Professor. This place is so run down, it looks like it hasn't even been touched for years. What a shame, I bet it used to be a fun place. There's even a big tent like you kind of see in circuses. Yes, there's something quite sad about it, isn't there? How strange, this is clearly a traveling carnival, so why was it left here to rot in St. Mystere? I bet the Ferris wheel is a mess too. I suppose we won't get to use that ride ticket we picked up. Well, we have better things to do than ride that thing, don't we? Somewhere in the park hides a the clue to finding the golden apple, I'm sure of it. This must be the Ferris wheel we're looking for. Luke, why don't you look around and see if you can find anything that seems odd about it? Sure thing, Professor. Did you find anything out in the ordinary, Luke? No, not a thing. Maybe there's no secret hidden in the Ferris wheel after all. That remains to be seen. Let's look a little bit more, shall we? Look, Professor, there's a strange little shed here. Interesting, it seems this shed routes water to the sewer pipes. I feel this warrants a closer look. It doesn't appear that the door will open. Let's move on and explore the rest of the park. Oh hey, there's something. Oh, you lads again. How you like me park? Lovely, isn't it? The sun's shining bright today, and I'm in fine spirits. Why don't we celebrate this weather with a puzzle? Let me tell you one of my favorites. In a hole. A tennis ball is rolled down the way into a hole. This particular hole is extremely deep and has a sharp bend in the middle, making the ball impossible to retrieve by hand. To make matters worse, the ground around the hole is made of hard clay, so digging isn't an option. However, you have something incredibly commonplace in hand that you can use to get the ball out. What do you use to get the ball out? Answer in 5 letters. Okay, is it gonna let me do it?
There we go.
There's a lot of the puzzles actually that were swapped for the European release.
To success.
That's correct. Theoretically, you can use any liquid in which tennis balls can float, but water is the liquid that you have most likely to have handy. Since the ground is made of hard clay, there is little chance of the water getting absorbed into the surrounding earth. The ball should come up with little difficulty. Aha, you're quite the solver, aren't you? Ah yes, getting back to my park. It hasn't been properly maintained and the parts are running away. If something looks old and broken, do the smart thing, lads, and stay away from it. Not sure what to see. Is there pink coin? Look, Professor, there's a hidden puzzle here. The longest total. 9 squares are carved into a piece of wood, arranged 9 unique numbers between 1 and 51 so that 3 numbers have the exact same sum when added vertically, horizontally, or diagonal. Oh, it's a magic square. While 7 count, you are tested to find the number that occupies the center square. When you arrange the number, while several combinations are possible, your task is to find the number that occupies the center square when you arrange the numbers to yield the highest possible total. Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. So in the end, the ticket that we picked up turned out to be meaningless? So it seems. I suppose my intuition has failed us this time, Luke. Come on, let's head back to the heart of St. Mystere and search for our next lead.
Hmm? What on earth?
Professor!
Get away, Luke! Run!
You're right! Look, they get taking over us!
That's preposterous!
I appreciate the rainbow.
Blast.
Phew, phew, phew. Why would the Ferris wheel? Professor, look what happened to the shed. The Ferris wheel must have simply destroyed it. If we made the wrong step back there, we'd be rubble too. Oh my. I think I've found something here, Professor. What could that be? Now what's an entrance to sewer doing here? This could very well be an underground passage to the tower. We've got to take a look below. I'm right behind you, Professor. I hope I don't trip. This place is pitch black. This place is cold, too. Watch your step, Luke. Look for anything suspicious or out of place.
Since you have traveled so very far, be my guest and let me entertain you!
Agent, for the raid, we are just about to end, I think, Chapter 7 of Professor Layton in the Curious Village. Look, there's some sort of stone tablet embedded on the wall. Also, I hope you had a good time arting. Let's see. Which way? The path you are on forks to the left and the right in the front of the sign below. Your gut feeling tells you that the sign reveals the direction you need to go. Find an arrow within the picture like the yellow one on the side of the board. When you find it, draw a line as neatly as possible. Keep in mind the arrow you are searching for may or may not be the size of the one pictured. Alright. Where are you? Okay. The question is this square of this? Because are we talking about this right here? I don't think so, because I don't think that this little area is the same as this little area. Yep, nope. Where are you? You know what? Let's try that.
That should do it.
Ah, that's right.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Well done. Now you can move forward. Here's our answer. We'll proceed to the left corridor. Understood, Professor. Alright, let's see. What are you? Look, Professor, there's a strange device on the door here. It seems to be a puzzle of sort. I imagine the door won't open until we solve it. It's almost like we're being tested, isn't it? Get the ball out. Quiz 2, of course. Yeah, this is... We've had puzzles like this before come up. Oop. This. This. Oh, shoot. Wait. Screw that. I think I messed this up. At this point, I'm just moving random stuff. Yeah.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Fantastic. Easier than it looks, isn't it? Yep. Especially when you use a guide. That should do the trick. Let's see. Wow, I certainly didn't expect a room down here. Let's give it a thorough once over. Something isn't right about this place. I can feel it in my bones. Something's hidden here. Alright, let's move the picture out of the way then. What's this here? It is a key. It appears to be some sort of key, but what does it unlock? We won't know until we investigate further, but the shape looks awfully familiar. Professor, could this be? It looks just like the tower. I knew there was something odd about that dead end. Perhaps this key will shed light on things. Luke, we need to head back to that same large wall on the north side of the stair. I have a hunch that it is more than a dead end. There we go. Yeah, I will take a gridlock puzzle over a sliding block puzzle any day. Just milk dud. Let's see. Look at this, Professor. It was lying on the ground. It appears to be a scrap of notepaper. Would you read it aloud for me? Sure thing, Professor. Alright, let's see. The older she gets, the more young Miss is catching on to this village's secret. The boss asked me to build an amusement park for her. Yep, it certainly looks like I got my work cut out for me. The young miss mentioned here must be Flora. The whole park was built just for her. But I don't understand this other line. What's all this business about a secret in the village? I just wasn't ready to handle the boss's death. Poor young miss. She's all alone in the world now. No matter what happens, I have to keep going and take care of her in the boss's place. The page ends here. There. Baron Reinhold sounds like he truly loved his daughter more than anything. Fate can be so cruel. Let's go investigate that dead end right away. Alright, Luke, but let's make a stop by the inn. There's something I need to check on there. Why the inn, Professor? It seems that someone doesn't want us around, Luke. Someone is in fact after us. And the key to identifying this scoundrel is back at the inn. So you already have an eye who's behind this? Aha! Piqued your interest, have I? Someone's been obstructing the investigation. Find the troublemaker and continue work on the case. Alright. Before we continue on, I'll be right back again. Alright. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Can you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? The papers, certainly. Hang on for a moment and I'll go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I left them down here somewhere. Is there a problem? Sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even the today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. You've been most helpful. It's what was in those papers anyway. Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton. Ramon, what is to we owe this visit? Oh, he told me I need to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Oh ho ho! He and Lady Doll await your arrival in Rhino Manor. Thank you for the message. We will set out for the manor in just a few moments. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How'd you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? No, let's ignore her. Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in. Everyone's waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine. Just make your way to the parlor. Alright, if you're certain that nothing's the matter, we'll head upstairs. Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chelmy? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm onto you, Layton. It's clear as day. You're responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting that I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? His face was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with the vase. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. If this vase is evidence, why don't you just break it like it was nothing? So go on, give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed? Out, come on with it. I was with Fluke investigating matters down the village. Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is accomplice in your crime. Admit it, Layton. You two wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. And while I'm at it, I'll take the key to the tower you picked up too. It seems you are intent to pin the crime on me, Inspector. But if you're a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, if you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think that anyone is fooled by your crackpot theories? Inspector Chelmy, I'm beginning to think that the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. There's nothing the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down.
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke, I found this article in the paper. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what is Inspector Chelmey's favorite food again? This article specifically states that you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets of tea. Why? Your point is, just so happens that I have fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes. I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmey's life is Emily, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Out with it then. Who are you, and why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmey, and why have you been running this investigation? But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. He said to receive the report that prompted you to come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mystere's sole entrance is crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village, and from that point on, no one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there is no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there's no way to take things out of the village, particularly someone as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmey, when did you actually first set foot in St. Mystere? Furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How's it that you knew about the key to the tower was discovered? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area, save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I've spoken of what we found there to no one. There is no conceivable way that you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now let me see if I got this all right. You posted the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike, and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded about how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my archenemy. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you in once and all for all in St. Mystere. But that would have to wait, since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery. I just have to smile. My business here for the day has come to an end, and I'll be off now. Listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you are to being bested. One day, I, the great Don Paolo, will soon rain my vengeance upon you. And on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, maybe even some galoshes. Yash! I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo's his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp on hard science is rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, is his personality. Though he was a genius, that man was evil. The Science Board banished him from working officially on the field ever again. Seeking to St. Mystere to steal the Reinhold's fortune sounds like the kind of scheme that he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What'd you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. All that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. Oh, okay. That's all that chapter is. There's that. Actually, how many puzzles do we have? We have 73. We need 75, if I remember correctly. But I think we'll come across them on the way. Yep, this is the last chapter. It's dead end. No two ways about it. Maybe there's no... Wait. I'd argue you found exactly the right spot, Luke. What do you mean by that? Look right here, Luke. There's a small indentation in the wall where one could place a small object. Oh, so this must be... Yes. This curious indentation is no doubt about the spot that indicated in Baron Reinhold's note to Archibald. I'm willing to wager that if we turn this and give this in turn. Wow. Just like expected. Alright, Luke, in we go. Okay, now the question is... Oop, I missed 2 puzzles. Yep. Okay, now here's the question. When's the gate gonna be? Let's see, I suppose congratulations are in order. You've made it this far, after all. Of course, it looks like you've left quite a few of my puzzles in town untouched. Oh, what was that? Where's that voice coming from? I've hidden all sorts of wonderful puzzles across St. Mystere. Go back to the village, traveler, and test your mettle against a few more of my puzzles. I'm not so unreasonable that I make sure every single puzzle before passing through here, but you're sorely mistaken if you think I'd let you through less than 75 puzzles to your name. Come back when you got the codes. Okay, so we were actually just a hair short. Okay, let's find 2 nerds to give us puzzles. You, give us another card puzzle. Yeah, I've got a new puzzle for you, dearie. I bet you're just dying to try it, aren't you? I'm sorry, madame, but we're in a little bit terrible rush. Yeah, can't fool this old gal. I've seen her strolling around and solving other people's puzzles. Now it's my turn. Seen us? What do you mean? Have you been following us? Rolling a 3. When you roll a die, the chances of rolling a 3 are 1 in 6. The chances of rolling a 3 twice in a row are 1 in 36. And the chance of rolling a 3 times is a row is dropping 1 in 216. Let's assume you roll a die 3 times to get a 3 each time. What are the chances of rolling a 3 on your next roll are 1 in how many? It's... Wait. But it's 1 in 6.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Terrific. It doesn't matter how many times you roll the same number. It's just only asking about the probability in 1 turn, which will always be 1 in 6. Yeah, you're going to tower, are you, dearie? How about I show you the way? Oh, I was under the impression that the Saint hated going near the tower. Oh yes, I didn't want to go near the place myself, though I suppose I could make an exception for a strapping young man's self. Professor, we should really keep moving. Okay, you. Let's see. You sure that's gonna deal? It's a deal. Har har har. Lady, give me a puzzle. Well, if it isn't you two again. Alright, if you want your fortunes told, solve this puzzle for me. A broken window. Okay, if 4 kids were playing, one of them threw a ball right through your window. Here's what they had to say for themselves. A, not me, I didn't break a thing. B, okay, I'll tell you the truth. It was me, I broke it. C, don't be mad at A, he didn't do anything. D, B didn't break the glass, I swear. You know for a fact that the scamp who broke your window is lying. However, the unknown number of other children could be lying as well. Could you figure out which one of these darn kids broke your window?
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
There we go. Good job. B and C were also lying about what happened even though they themselves didn't break the glass. Make sure to give those two a scolding as well. Let's see. There's going to be a doozy of a rainstorm tomorrow. Hang your wash inside if you wanted to drive. Alright. Oh. Okay. Yep, it looks like you've solved at least 75 puzzles. Alright then, go into the tower. This place gives me the creeps. Plus, it's all murky in here, and I can't see a thing. Oh my! Hey! Ugh, my head. Luke, are you alright, my boy? No injuries, I hope. Don't worry, Professor, I'm fine. And yourself? Nothing a good bath lighter won't solve, but more importantly, where are we? This room is stuffed to the gills with curious machines. I've never seen anything like them. What do you suppose they do? What in the world? Look over there on the wall, Professor. My word. Those are views from all over town displayed here. Don't they all look like blueprints? And what's this? Almost every villager's name is on the wall. Professor, what if somebody's using this place to keep an eye on what's going on in St. Mystere? Look, there's stairs over there. Let's get out of here. The place gives me goosebumps. Yes, you're quite right, Luke. Let's head out. What's this? You. You two again. What are you doing here, and what are you up to? Just a moment, sir. What are you talking about? I knew it. You came here to steal my secrets, didn't you? Didn't you? Don't play dumb with me. I see right through you. Don't think I haven't been watching. I've been seeing you two sniffing around every nook and cranny in town, getting in the way of my work. And now I've had it. Unless you want to give me trouble, give me back number 38. Please calm yourself, sir. Just listen to what I have to say for a moment. We haven't intended to get in the way of your work. We're merely searching for the golden apple. Neither of us knows anything about this number 38 business. Oh. Did you just say the golden apple? You're really here looking for the golden apple then? Precisely. Do you know anything that could be to help us? So that's how it is, eh? What you're looking for is on the top floor of the tower. But watch out, because the puzzles in this tower are harder than a whole mess of diamond chip drills. You know they call you a puzzle master, but are you sure you have what it takes to solve them? Now why would you go and tell us something like that? I bet you just want to set us up, walk right into some sort of trap. I'd have possibly gained by doing something like that. Not to mention, it's my duty to guide those who seek the golden apple to the goal. Some mischief makers stuck into the village and had me all confused, but I think I figured things out now. Seeing as your duty and all, would you mind filling things in? What's Saint Mystery's big secret? Alright. The name is Bruno. I work for the Reinhold family. For some time now, I've managed Saint Mystere from up here in the tower. Manage Saint Mystere, you're the one who manages the life of each villagers, aren't you? What in the world are you two talking about? Surely you must have seen them too, Luke. Do you recall the cogs we found around the village and the list of names we saw in that room? All the villagers in Saint Mystere are robots created by Bruno. What do you mean the villagers are all robots? In other words, the inhabitants of Saint Mystere aren't human, but intricately constructed machines. They're robots, my boy. I have to say, I'm astonished that anyone could build such elaborate machines in this day and age. You must be quite the engineer, sir. Oh, aren't you a sharp one? I never imagined you figured out so much of the mystery by yourself. What do you mean, sir? Saint Mystere isn't a real town, Luke. It was constructed by Bruno and the late Baron. How am I doing so far, Bruno? You're right on the money. Master believed that one day an heir worthy of his fortune would come forward. He had me build a city and all who dwell in it to prepare for that day. We then hid the greatest treasure, the golden apple, away in the top floor of this tower. I was ordered to protect it with my life. Until the person who arrives who can solve the puzzle of the golden apple, I will continue to protect it. Remarkable! I'm impressed about how much Baron Reinhold went to protect his treasure. It's not just any treasure, mind you. The golden apple is the Baron's most precious treasure. But why go through all this just to hide treasure? Why build an entire village to protect it? Whoops, seems I've been a little bit loose here. I already said much more than I should. The answer you're looking for are waiting for you at the top of the tower. Go on then, show me if you're the one who can solve the puzzle of the golden apple. I like how they just casually drop that. Yep, wrong way. Oh wait, what? Oh, there. Professor, look! The stairs are barred off. Ah, this must be one of the puzzles that Bruno warned us about. It does look quite difficult. This is perfect timing, my boy. I'm in the mood for a puzzle with some meat to it. Get the... God damn it! Wait, what? Okay. This guy is wrong. It's just, there is no blue ball. You messed up this thing. Give me a sec.
That should do it.
There we go.
Every puzzle has an answer.
There we go. There, Luke, come on, must press on. Alright, lead the way, Professor. Sir, there's something I've been on my mind for a while. Oh, what is it, Luke? When the crank with the bridge was stolen, it were sealed in the village of Don Paolo. It could just be me, but I feel like it wasn't a coincidence. Someone planned it, but who? Aha, well, Luke, I don't have any direct evidence of it, but I wager it was Bruno's doing. Bruno? Why in the world would Bruno do something like that? Do you remember what he said? It was his duty to show the way to those who seek the golden apple. But naturally, Bruno had no idea what kind of people would come to St. Stairs seeking that treasure. It's likely he trapped us in the village to buy himself some time to evaluate who we are. And he wanted to see if we were worthy of the secret. It's terribly presumptuous of him, don't you think? How could he think that either of us were bad people? He doesn't even know us. Ha ha ha. Who knows what Bruno saw? Luke. It's certainly just being careful. After all, Don Paolo managed to sneak in with us. Bruno probably had his hands full and needed time to see what kind of people were entered the village. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to ask about that too. Luke, we really need to get started here. You can ask me your next question while we're climbing. On another locked door, whoever built this tower must enjoy watching people suffer. Oh my boy, are you just going to go stand there and complain about it? No. Leave this puzzle to me. A magic square. Oh, okay, so we are doing a magic square. Okay. A magic square is a set of numbers organized in a square so that any string of 3 numbers, be they horizontal, vertical, or results in the same total. 1 or 2 have already been placed in the square for you. Complete the rest of the square to open the lock.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Yep. And there we go. They all add up to 15. I got it. The door's open now. Good show, Luke. Wasn't there you asking me earlier? I'm all yours now. I want to know when Don Palace snuck his way in the village. It seemed like he was following us here. Yeah, I am looking at the time, I am getting hungry, and my throat is starting to get sore. The other way to St. Mystere is through the drawbridge. Plus, I doubt Cranko would let in such an obviously evil character as Don Paolo. Yes, to be honest, I still haven't quite figured out how Don Paolo entered St. Mystere myself. But it seems that after he made his way in, he tried to stay at Beatrice's Inn. So that was a man who skipped out on his bill. It figures it was Don Paolo. So that weasel did himself to look like Inspector Chelmy, snuck in the mansion, and... Hold on, why did he kill Simon? We'll get to that in a moment, we need to keep climbing. Come along. Yeah, this is the, hey, we didn't want to Let's see. Wait, you. Oh, konnichiwa, amigos. I'm glad to find other people. I figured we wanted this place forever. Hey, how'd you get in here? There's no way you solved all those puzzles. Je ne sais pas, it just happened. Un momento. I was wandering the sewers, next thing you know I'm here. I take it that this isn't the local hotspot my guidebook promised it would be. How curious. So where's it like to go? If you go down the stairs, you can return to the village proper. Just make sure you don't fall into the large hole by the entrance. Ah, GG. Should be enough information to give me there. But that's one more favor. All those tests remind me of a nozzle I know. God damn it. Answer it for me, por favor. How about you piss off? I can't go back until you solve this puzzle for me. It's muy importante. I don't care. Let's see, actually... Oh, actually he is in front of it, so I do have to actually answer it. Let's see, take the stairs. Let's see, you have business on the 8th floor of a 10-story building, and it takes you 48 seconds to climb your way to the 1st floor to the 4th. If you keep moving at the same speed, how long will it take you to reach the 8th floor from the 4th? And it'd just be 48 seconds? Oh, but actually it's there's a second.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Yeah, take 3 flies, sir. You gotta add, divide it by 3. There we go. Grazie, now I can go back to the village. What a strange fellow. Professor, you think that man is human? I believe so. He's an odd one, though, isn't he? I've never seen an explorer with such a poor sense of direction. Strange so is how he entered St. Mystere. I don't think he knows how he did it. Perhaps his presence yesterday is another reason why Bruno felt compelled to hide the crank. It seems that we're faced with another puzzle lock, Luke. Oh, I meant to ask you, but our run-in with the explorer distracted us. How did Simon, you know? All in good time, my boy. First we need to solve this puzzle here. It looks to be quite the challenge. Princess in a box. Oh. Tower of Shelter Light, the princess. It's a sliding block puzzle. Also in the UK version, apparently this is called Maiden's Escape.
That should do it. Every puzzle has an answer.
Wonderful, it's a classic example of a sliding puzzle. There we are. The door should open now. Amazing as always, Professor. Now about Simon. How exactly happened in the mansion? Did Don Paulo really make off Simon? I'd say so. This is just my theory, mind you, but I think Don Paulo follows the manor, and that's when he met Simon, or came across him as it may be. I suspect Simon had already collapsed when Don Paulo found his body sprawled on the floor. Just like with Ramon. So maybe Simon had also stopped functioning properly? Huh. I guess all the robots break down sooner or later, and when they do, Bruno comes to collect them. And he then fixes them in the basement of the tower. Oh, he's supposed to noises from the tower actually the sounds of Bruno's machines working? I think you're spot on, Luke. That must be why the beginning people would associate the disappearances with the roaring with the tower. Don't forget that, despite his peculiar appearance, Don Paolo is a scientific genius. Yeah, it is a very good picture. Therefore, I realized I stopped moving, and if it weren't for the golden apple, Don Paolo would likely have left St. Mysterio right then. I'm sure he was eager to take the robot apart and learn how it worked. And that must be when he decided to disguise himself as Inspector Chummy, right? That rat made up the whole murder on the spot. But that's the whole mystery. Come, Luke, we must keep moving. I'll explain the rest as we go. Fancy meeting you here, dearie. How about a little puzzle I made up? How on earth did you get up here? Huh, she must have overtaken us at some point. Funny, I don't know our girl pass us up. Quite whispering amongst yourselves and try out this little puzzle already. It's a humdinger. Card order. You've placed one Joker and 4 aces with different suits face down on the table. Use the hints below to determine the position of each card. The club is to the immediate right of the heart. Normally, I like logic puzzles, but...
There we go. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Excellent. Now, only a strong grasp of the simple, basic principles of logic get you through a puzzle like this. Yeah, oh yes, that's the answer, alright. Well then, I guess I'll be off. Come see me visit me sometime. I guess she followed us in here. Just like I thought, there's another puzzle locking this door. It looks really difficult, Professor. Luke, my boy, haven't you heard by now? No puzzle without an answer. And now simply need to find that answer. Here, allow me. 3, 3, 3, 5 threes. Use each of the numbers shown 9 through exactly, or 1 through 9 exactly once to fill in the blanks to complete the equation. 0 minus, or 5, basically make, yeah.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right, there's 2 correct configurations possible. Can you manage to figure out both? Creativity and persistence, Luke. As long as you have these, no puzzles beyond your reach. Professor, I was just thinking, do you remember the picture that we found in Lady Dahlia's room? One of the Baron's late wife, Violet, holding a child that appears to be a young Flora. Of course. That's the one. It's uncanny and how Lady Violet looked like Lady Dahlia. These supposed to be Reinhold's journal entries were talking about Lady Dahlia? Sharp thinking, my boy. I believe it went something like this. The correspondence is simply remarkable. It reminds me of that sweet Violet when she was alive. That's the one that tipped me off. Professor, do you suppose Lady Dahlia is actually a robot built to resemble Lady Violet? It's entirely possible, maybe even probable given the circumstances. But if so, what a terribly sad story these entries tell. Do you remember the next entry said? Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently, she spends more time playing with my dear Violet's grave than anywhere else. It's sad to say, but I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed its memory. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. Violet, there can never be another you. You are my first, my last, and my only. The Baron arranged for the construction of a robot that Flora was identical to his late wife, but living with a machine that was so similar to his wife must have been too much for him. Thus he decided to change the robot's personality, and so Lady Dahlia was created. And she was created as a mother figure. She must have gone through a confusing transition. Professor, do you suppose these robots feel sadness? Honestly, I'm not quite sure, but I have a feeling that each of these robots has something not unlike a human heart. What do you think? I hope that they do. Don't you suppose we're near the top yet? Yes, but it seems that we have another puzzle the way we get there. Question 100. 7 squares.
That should do it.
There we go.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Let's see, that's right. Tracking down all those tilted squares was pretty fun, wasn't it? Yeah, it's really fun. Here's a guide. Now that we're free to good climbing, you know, it's very odd how this tower is simply huge, and yet there's almost nothing inside of it. Yes, quite. Other than Bruno's room at the basement, the whole place is rather bare. Perhaps that's why Bruno's machines make such a racket. This tower is a giant megaphone. Why would anyone want to construct such a big purposeless tower, Professor? It's exhausting to climb this thing. Did you ever consider this tower might actually have been built for the express purpose of exhausting us? There's just another one of the many trials that have set out the secrets of the Golden Apple. Gosh, that makes perfect sense. Maybe that's also why the tower looks so scary on the outside. The floor doesn't appear to have any puzzles set up for us. So if we climb the spiral carrot, maybe, reach top floor? I think you might be right, my boy. Come, let's hurry. Oh my gosh! Our view is obscured from the ground, but who would expect a charming little cottage like this? Look, the lights are on, Professor. It would appear that someone is living here. You've reached the top of the tower. So basically, do you want to get the ending? What kind of person would live in a place like this? Unbelievable. Just look at this room. The stuff in here has to be worth gazillions. This must be the top floor that Bruno spoke of. So we might be standing in the same room with the Golden Apple at this very moment? I've been waiting for you two.
It's you! Ah!
Oh, hey.
What's this? What's going on here?
My boy, what you see here is the golden apple herself.
You're the golden apple? Professor, you knew about this. I had an inkling. Don't you see how genius it is, though? The Baron didn't write the will to find a successor to his fortune. His true aim is to find a worthy guardian for his daughter, and he's willing to put his whole fortune on the line to do so. Yes. My name is Flora, and I've been waiting at the top of this tower for so long. Were you locked in here the whole time? Oh no, but before Papa passed, he told me I must wait here until someone from the outside St. Mysteria came for me. Papa said whoever came for me would be something I'd trust with my life. So that's why he kept watching us move about town. God damn it. What was that?
What's going on? Hmm? Oh!
Here I
Ready or not!
Ah, follow me! Come now.
Follow me, we must evacuate this tower immediately. What now?
Luke, go ahead without us. I have an idea. We're fine. Go on.
It's all right, dear. This way.
What are we going to do? I've got it. Just wait a moment, Flora.
Layton, I'll smash you right out of the sky. No. This isn't over yet, Layton. Just you wait. One day, I will have my revenge on you. Hold tight.
And there is your requisite Layton ending shenanigans. Thank goodness you're alright, Professor. Don Paolo's flying contraption was something else. I really thought we were done for back there. Yes, but it was all quite dodgy, but he also provided us with the answer to one of the ongoing mysteries. Do you remember that awful noise we heard the first time we visited Reinhold Manor? The one that spooked Claudio? Oh, that must have been the noise. You put it together. The racket was likely Don Paolo's contraption making a crash landing. If that's the case, we now know how to approximate the time of Don Paolo's entrance into St. Mystere. That makes perfect sense. It figures that Franco wouldn't have noticed Don Paolo's entrance. So if Flora is the golden apple that everyone's looking for, that means the treasure layer Dahlia and the others were chasing never existed in the first place. No, I'm fairly certain they weren't mistaken. I do believe fortune is hidden somewhere in this town. But the Baron wouldn't need to hide it. Somewhere only golden apple will know to look. You mean that Flora knows where the treasure is hidden? I'm sorry, but I don't know about treasure or anything like that. Let's head back to Reinhold Manor one more time. I suspect it'll clear everything up. Professor, do you really think the treasure could be located here? Look closely at the painting, Luke. I'm sure it holds the key to Reinhold's fortune. But I've already looked at it. If we solve this mystery, Luke, I'm certain we'll come face to face with the Reinhold treasure. Touch the painting where the golden apple is hidden. I remember now. It's right here. Aha! A hidden switch. The switch seems to have activated the wall. And to think that Reinhold Manor held the secret behind this painting all along. It looks like there's a passage that leads further in. Oh! Let's see where this passage goes. Oh, that's a lot of treasure. Oh my goodness, look at this place. I had no idea. Now how in the world do you know that the switch is hidden in this painting? Listen closely, Luke. Wisdom isn't the only thing Baron Reinhold required the potential guardians of his only daughter, or his daughter. You saw it too, did you not? That peculiar mark on her necklace only appeared when she laughed. In other words, Baron Reinhold set out one last requirement for the potential inheritor of his fortune. He wanted someone that could make Flora smile again after losing those dear to her. To that person, and that person only, would Baron Reinhold reveal the location of the actual fortune. It's unbelievable, Professor. It all makes sense now. Flora, my little Flora. Where was that voice coming from? Flora, you've made it here at last. That voice! Papa, is it you? Papa! My dear Flora, has the village washed over you as I have? I built St. Mystere for you so that you would never have to know true loneliness. Well, to be fair, Bruno did the actual building, but that's beside the point. In any case, if you come this far, I suppose it's safe to assume my plan was a success. My greatest regret is that I'm not there to see you become a young woman. But please know that I want nothing more than you to be happy. Whether the person by your side right now can give you that or not is up to you, I suppose. And to you who found your way into my daughter's side, you have my heartiest congratulations. Few could make it through the barrage of puzzles I sent before you. I imagine a person of your abilities has already caught on, but allow me to reveal St. Mystere's secret. The secret of St. Mystere? Recently I told my physician that I don't have much left on this earth. I come to terms with dying, but the thought of leaving my only child alone in the world torments me. This is why I commissioned Bruno to construct St. Mystere. At least this way, she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture to the outside world. Streets and buildings are the bone of a village, but its heart is the people who live in it. So I asked Bruno to create all the villagers here, as well as all the puzzles hidden within them. I've asked Matthew to make news of my death public only once Flora has grown past her childhood. So, stranger, how does my beautiful little flower look now? I imagine she's blossoming into adulthood. Exactly, or equally important to me, is finding someone whom I can trust both my daughter and my fortune. This is why the inhabitants of St. Mystere are constantly testing knowledge of the visitor. If you've made it this far, it must mean that you possess both wisdom and dedication to my daughter. I am confident that you will take good care of my fortune and Flora. This is why everything in this room, The whole of my fortune belong to you now. When you remove it from Saint Mystere will complete the objective for which it was created. I imagine the inhabitants will fall into a deep sleep from which they will never awaken. Now wait a minute, he's saying that if we take all the treasure, all the Saint Mystere will just disappear? I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Luke. But it's possible that Saint Mystere is designed to shut down the instant we lay hands on the treasure. So that means everyone will just stop? Just like puppets with their strings out? I leave it to you, brave traveler. Draw the curtain of Saint Mystere and lay the lifeless village to rest. Above all else, take care of my precious daughter. She's in your hands now. Oh, Papa. I can't believe it. If we ever touch this treasure, all of Saint Mystere will grind to a halt? Flora, by right, this inheritance belongs to you. You should be the one to decide what's done with it. I don't want it. But why ever not, my dear? The people who live here have been with me so long, curious as this village is. They watched me grow up. I want Saint Mystere, my village, to stay as it is forever. I see. Then so shall it be. But what of you, Flora? Will you stay here with your village? Are you sure this is all quite right, madam? Certainly, if leaving will make Flora happy, I'd like nothing more than to set her off with a smile.
Goodbye then, little village.
What an astonishing village that was, Professor Layton. Does this mean you'll be gracing the front page of the London Times again sometime soon?
No, Luke. Saint Mystere's secret must stay between us.
Huh? Why do you say that?
You see, my dear boy, we don't want people to make a spectacle of Flora. That wouldn't be right.
Of course. Always thinking of others.
Well, one must always put a lady's needs first. That's what a gentleman does.
And that's Professor Layton in the Curious Village. It's weird to think about, like, going back to this, because this one really does feel like the most sedate of the other games. Yeah, so going back to this was I still think these games are great. Like, it's also, you can definitely see where Puzzle Agent got its inspiration from. And yeah, these games are just good. Yeah. And then the sequels try to one-up it, which we'll see how, well, eventually someday we'll see how those are. Dr. Lautrec. I forgot about Dr. Lautrec. Hold on, I'm curious what else has PowWorks done. Or PA Works. Oh, let's see, they did Angel Beats. Trying to look for something I've known. Oh, they're the ones who did Ya Boy Kong Ming, which is a great show. Okay. Oh, they also did Akaba Main War. That's also a really good show. Okay. And they're doing Buddy Daddies. Okay. Okay, so yeah, they have done good work. Also, funnily enough, they did the movie for this. Yes. If you are by chance into anime and have not seen Akaba Maid War, I highly recommend it. It is a very weird series. That is basically, what if you did a Yakuza plot, but in a maid, or a thing of maid cafes. Yeah, I have the Layton movie, but I thought it was alright. Also, if you've not seen Ya Boy Kong Ming, that is also really good. Also, they really only list those two voice actors? So yes, this was level 5, did good work here. And needless to say, this series would continue on. Let's see, what little... To be continued. There we go. Though you've reached the story's end, Professor Layton and the Curious Village is far from over. How many puzzles do you solve over the course of the adventure? Precisely 120 puzzles are hidden throughout the town, so why not try to complete every puzzle? Also, be sure to check in the bonus section. Fulfill certain conditions to unlock more bonus content. Your game will save now. When you continue, we'll resume play at the top of the tower. There, now you got a little golden Layton. Okay, I'm curious what bonuses did I unlock? I've also not seen Layton vs. Wright, so I'd be curious about that. So... let's see. So here's the thing that also was fun, is the fact that there was actually DLC technically for this. You can go online and you'd get other puzzles. So let's see. So yeah, here's the thing, is that when you hit certain Pikarat milestones, you get extra things, which I believe that these are, let's see, sound test, stuff like that, movie watching, Layton's challenges, which I assume are just... Oh, you get the... So you make the dog, which is actually we didn't get all the Gizmo things. So if you solve the Gizmo puzzle, you get a little robot dog that, if there is a hint coin you have not picked up, it'll kind of bark at where its location is, and you can just hit that. I forgot what the other twos are. But yeah, basically, you get extra puzzles here. And then you can go to your puzzle index. Alright, so I think that's good enough for Professor Layton and the Curious Village. That was very good to go back to. Yeah. So let me get this up and going. So, this. Where do we put Puzzle Agent? We put Puzzle Agent at 3. I kind of feel like this has to go above Puzzle Agent, because Puzzle Agent is very good. But this game is also very good. Like, oh god. If you would also put it at 3. Yeah, I think it's definitely not below. Let's see, what do we have? Mystic Warriors. Maybe just because I feel like the plot's a little, like, kind of threadbare in this one, and they just kind of explain stuff at the end out of nowhere. But maybe that's just my knowledge of the later game's plot. But that puts us right along the lines of Echo Knight, Baroque. You know what? I think 3 also is 3 actually is probably a good spot for that. Three. The music's really good. Charm's very good. I kind of like the gameplay of it. Storytelling is kind of, though granted, I mean, it's alright. I will actually say, the actual camera, like the actual cutscenes are very good in this. Difficulty is, for the most part, pretty good. There's some puzzles that are worded weirdly, but for the most part, pretty good. Art's very good. But other than that, I really can't say much else that I'd say is bad about it. It's a very good puzzle game. Yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah, and also you you hit a floor with how punishing it can be. In terms of at least your penalties for losing Pika Rots. And really, you can't lose out on anything based on Pika Rots. Just on puzzle solving, which is fine. Yeah, which I feel is good. So, I actually think I'm good with not giving any years or nays. This game is just very good. So, yeah, you can skip 45 puzzles if you only want to beat the game. Because I definitely skipped a lot of puzzles. Yeah. And also there's a lot of variety, too, in case you are... You don't have to solve a particular... At least towards the end, that's the only time where you have to solve a certain kind of puzzle. There's other than a handful of moments. But for the most part, they're still pretty good. But, anyway, I think with that is good. With that is Professor Layton, the Curious Village. We're not going to be seeing the rest of the series in at least the Retro Rank Rhapsody close, but there might be a chance that we see this in whatever comes after that. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. So, thank you all for watching. Personal Twitter /co-host is at LoadedPuzzlo. I have a Discord, you can chat with the community, take part in polls, and do other fun stuff. I do have a coffee if you want to help with hosting costs and various other things. If you are watching this on a VOD and want to watch this live, Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at theater.hazel.town. I also have a YouTube channel for VODs at BeKindRewind.hazel.town. Uploads are Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern. This one I'll upload on Wednesday. And I do also have a podcast channel which you can find our actual play podcast Hazeltown Story, featuring the characters that you see on screen a lot. Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern every other week. So, tomorrow, we are taking a look at Riven, the sequel of Myst. I have not played, I know very little about Riven. But, Yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at Ribbon tomorrow. Let me check something real quick. I don't see a thing. Let me check something. I'm just gonna let you all go on your merry way. Yeah, that'll be it. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you some other time. Bye.